Dear guests, welcome to our museum Heritage. We are proud of our museum. It was opened on the 4th of May in 2012. The main aim is to give our visitors a valid idea of time, events, people. Today we will make a little trip through our museum. Our excursion will begin from the stand from the history of Ilyushina and will end at the stand the Great Patriotic War. Each town, as each person, has its biography and its fate. Our marvelous Greenbush part of Republic has its glorious history. Though there weren't any world-famous events there. We are proud of our past and always talk willingly about our historical heritage and hardworking ancestors. A lot of historians consider Evia to be one of the oldest settlements on the territory of Belarus. We are at the stand from the depths of ages. In the 70s of last century, scientists investigated the site of ancient settlement. There are flint tools, fragments of ceramic, iron and leather products in our museum. Evia was founded in the 1444 and in the 16th century it became the center of Reformation. One of the currents of Reformation in Belarus was Arianism. Since 1537 the Arian Church was operating in Evia. Evia Arian Academy was founded by Jan Kiška in 1585. The famous humanist, teacher, poet Jan Nemcovsky was appointed the rector of the academy. Not only children of the Arians, but also Orthodox and Catholics studied in the academy. They studied philosophy, history, law, medicine, mathematics and physics, languages, rhetoric, ethics.
The next exposition is Ilyushina Multi-Confessional. The most numerous in the city is the Catholic denomination. Originated in the 15th century, it is almost the same age as the city. The Catholic Church, the Church of St. Peter and Paul, was built around 1495. The Bernardine Monastery with its Peter and Paul Chapel was founded by Nikolai Kiška, 1631. The church has been restored recently and near the gate of the church there are beautiful sculpture of Jesus Christ. The chapel is situated on the hill, so as to be seen from different points of the town. The Orthodox Church is the youngest in our town. It was built in 1994. The Patriarch of Moscow and all of Rus visited it in July 1995. The church was consecrated in honor of Martyr Baby Gabriel of Białystok. Our exposition is represented by religious attributes of the Orthodox Church: banners, prayer books, church utensils. In the 16th century, our skids of Moroshizna appeared new inhabitants, the Tatars. They occupied 19 lords. Their heirs became native in Belarusian land, so it's not surprising that one of the EU streets a mosque stands. It's an outstanding monument of Fugan architecture of the 19th century. Our mosque is also known far abroad. It is visited by the representatives of Islam from Libya and Morocco. Tatars are Muslims. They practice Islam. The source of the religious knowledge of the Tatar population in Libya is their written language, which is preserved from handwritten Herdabs and Hamails. Tatar books are written and read from right to left. The text begins where Slavic peoples ends. Here you see the Tatar Hamail. It looks like a little book. All pages are written in Arabic letters. There are separate chapters from the Holy Book of Muslims, the Quran. Also, in every Tatar's house there are necessarily mughers. It's from image of mosque with elements of prayer that hang on the walls. Mughers made by local master Wolforovich in the first half of the 20th century are kept in our museum, as well as the mughir brought from Turkey and beginning of the 21st century. Tatars celebrate all their holidays according to the lunar calendar. In our museum there is a handwritten version of such a calendar. There is a cupola from old spire of the mosque, as well a wooden candlestick. Before World War II, the 70% of city Ivi population were Jewish. At the end of 19th-20th centuries, Ivi had wooden houses. In 1929, a fire started in the store of Jew Copeland. As a result, almost the wooden houses, the 3 streets of Jewish quarter were burnt out. The synagogue was also burned. In 1930, another fire occurred. Where the Jewish quarter was reborn, house built in a Dutch style, has survived to this day. 3 synagogues were built for the rich, middle peasants and the poor. Synagogues and buildings are preserved, but today they don't function. A horror thing happened on the Jews on the 12th of May 1932. Hundreds of them were shot down. They were buried in a Brazilian grave near the village of Stonevich. In the center there is an unusual monument to the 4 confessions of the city. It was opened in 2012, and each side looks toward the temple of prayer house of a practical religion or confession. On the Catholic part of the moon is placed the Greek anagram of Christ, and the image of Saint John Paul II, and his words opened the door to Christ. On the Orthodox, the face of Jesus, the covering of the region and the quote from the Gospel, I am the way and the truth and the life. It's a Jewish memorial and greeting, peace to you, and the Islamic Christian moon of the Quran.
And now I invite you to visit the Belarusian peasant house. This exposition is the interior of peasant house of the 19th and early 20th century. At the entrance to the house you see the stove. It took up an important and honorable place. This stove is heated the house, people cooked, slept and had a rest on it. Near the stove we see the furnace equipment. In the front corner of the peasant house there was a red corner. The name of the corner red means beautiful, bright and good. On the shelf near the red corner, people put the most beautiful household items. It was the most honorable place, the spiritual center of the house. It was a great honor to sit in this corner. At the top, near the ceilings, with images of Jesus Christ and icons. The red corner was beautifully decorated with beautiful towels. All the dishes in the peasant house were wooden and pots were earthenware. There was not much furniture in this hut, but it didn't differ in its variety. A table, bench and shelves for dishes. Wooden beds appeared in the 19th century. Pillows and mattresses were originally packed with hay or straw. The beds were covered with special woven bedspreads. The pillows were also decorated with beautiful napkins. It's a pitcher. The vessel is well known. It usually kept milk because it wasn't long sour and in the heat it was cold. It's a jug. It's older than a pitcher. They look like brothers, but the jug is without handle and it doesn't have a spot. In every yard there was a lot of baskets, large and small, old and new. In every peasant house could be seen walking shows. They called them bass sandals. Men usually made bass sandals. Bass sandals did well both at work and in the dance. If you look attentively, you will see a collection of flat iron. They worked on coal. In winter, the peasant house was transformed into a craft workshop. In the long evenings, people made spoons and dishes, bass sandals. They spun, wove, sewed and embroidered clothes. One of the most ancient crafts of Belarusian is weaving. In our house there are some weaving devices, a flax, spinning wheel, yarn and others. As you see, the life of our ancestors was difficult, but they hadn't lost the sense of beauty. Towels or rushniki didn't only decorate the interior of the house, they were also widely used in Belarusian rites, and nowadays we also greet ghosts with bread and salt on a beautiful towel.
Evil Anne suffered a lot. The courage and heroism was shown by the inhabitants of our area during the Great Patriotic War. From the first day of the war, defensive battles took place in the Iva region. Iva district was defended by the 34th Samara Ulyanovskaya Iron Division. It was commanded by Colonel Kuzma Nikitovich Galitsky. On the 29th of June 1941, the Nazis captured Iva and established it as a new order. They introduced special permits and document Eisweis to trace the movement of people. During the years of occupation, 5 villages were burned with their residents. Bakshty, Vereshchiki, Matyukovshchina, Yatoltovich, Kovalyovo. Some villages didn't survive after the war. The inhabitants of our region took an active part in the partisan and underground struggle against the invaders. There were 16 partisan detachments and brigades on the territory of Ivi district. This exhibition presents a themes of partisan life. Lanterns, a mug, bottles of gas. On the 8th of July 1944, Ivi was liberated from German fascist invaders. In our museum you can see awards, certificates and documents of our veterans, our countrymen of different nationalities. Tatas Afarevich Selim Suleimanovich, Russian Lysenkov Vasily Petrovich, Belarusian Vilen Zdislav Ivanovich, and others. Today we pay tribute to all people who gave their life for the freedom of our motherland. Studying tradition and culture of the country and our town, we will continue our history. We hope that the memory of our town will remain with you.
We are proud of our past and we always talk willingly about our historical heritage and our hardworking ancestors.
Thanks for your attention.